Ted points his hunting rifle at his horse. No one can stop him. This is the horse Ted bought at the market half a month ago. The horse is very beautiful, but Ted is ridiculed by the villagers because this kind of horse is not suitable for working in the field. His wife complains that Ted had spent all his family's savings. Fortunately, his son likes this horse very much. He names the horse Joey and quickly establishes our unique way of communication with the horse. Today, however, when the farmer has to pay the rent, he couldn't afford it. So he gives all his hope to the barren land full of stones. It's time the horse plays its role, but it doesn't want to wear the harness. Ted thinks it's better to kill and eat meat than to use such a horse. In the end, it gradually agrees to cooperate. The whole village is waiting to see how the high-priced horse plows the land. Sure enough, it doesn't let everyone down. This is the joke that people want to see most. You bought it at a high price, but it didn't work. Fortunately, the heavy rain drives away these people. The soaking of rain makes the land soft. Under the stubborn quality of themselves, it finally gnaws down this difficult land. No one dares to look down upon them anymore. Everything is moving in a good direction, but it does not last long. It has rained all night long. The next day, he finds that all the crops in the field have been damaged, and Ted is worried about his life again. Britain and Germany are about to war, and Britain is collecting manpower and materials from all over the country. Ted secretly sells the horse to a captain behind his son's back. Later, Albert comes running, with tears in his eyes, and begs the captain to cancel the deal. The captain is also a horse lover, but he doesn't agree to the request. He just promises that he would take good care of it. They go from England to France to serve the British Army. On this day, the commander announces a clever plan. They will launch a surprise attack on the German camp under the cover of favorable terrain. The victory is in hand, but the result is careless. It turns out that the German army has already set off guns, waiting for the British army to put them on. The surviving horses leap into the German hinterland. In an instant, the British army is defeated, and Topthorn is captured by the German army. German officials orders all the captured horses to be sent to transport supplies, and they will be killed if they're unable to train. These two young guys are brothers who are trying to harness Topthorn. The two brothers just want to save Topthorn, but Topthorn doesn't cooperate at this time. Joey runs from afar and motions to Topthorn to bring his harness. Because of this, the two brothers save their lives. However, the war situation changed. The man is left to manage the horses, but his younger brother is ordered to go to the front line immediately. He doesn't want to be separated from the younger brother, so he rides Topthorn to catch up with the army. He recognizes his younger brother from the team, grabs him and escapes away. After the chaos, the soldiers are ordered to return to the team. This time, the brothers become deserters. They hide in a windmill house. As a result, they are found out by the gendarmerie without even one night's exposure. So far, the two kind-hearted young people died in the cruelty of the war. Early in the morning, a girl opens the wooden door of the windmill and finds Joey and Topthorn. The girl tells her grandfather the new discovery, so grandfather also takes out his precious saddle. The girl disappears in grandfather's sight on horseback. The grandfather suddenly feels bad, quickly climbs up the hillside. The scene in front of scares him. The German military officials don't make it difficult, but Topthorn and Joey falls into the hands of the German army again. A horse is tired, and the officer takes it for granted to take out his gun. And the arrogant Topthorn is not going to give in. At this time, Joey comes forward again, and chooses to take the place of Topthorn. Looking back at Topthorn, there is no complaint and no regret. Even if strong as a horse, facing such a heavy load, it is also a test of life and death. With an order, the shells hit the opposite British positions one after another. It cannot expect that its owner, Albert, is in the trench on the other side. Then the British begins to counterattack and occupies the German position at one stroke. Just after jumping into the enemy's trench, the German gas bomb detonates. Among the retreating German troops, Topthorn is also unbearable and falls down forever, unable to find the owner and lose the companion. It doesn't want to be at the mercy of others. It jumps on the armored car to encircle itself. This time it will fight for itself, for freedom. Under the nightlight, in the artillery fire, no matter where you go, just leave this awful place. Unaware of the iron gill net in the dark, he rushes straight past. It doesn't slow it down at all. Next comes the second iron gill net, still without hesitation, until it is wrapped by dozens of iron thorns. It couldn't move. British troops find it trapped. People in those days had feelings for horses that we couldn't understand. A British soldier steps forward and risks his life to go out of the trench to save the horse. Surprisingly, no one in the German army fires, and the British soldier comes to his side smoothly. Then he realizes that he doesn't have a plier. However, as soon as he turns around, a German soldier stands behind him. He is here to deliver the plier. The most interesting thing is that after the event, the two finally decide their ownership by tossing a coin. The British soldier wins, and they shook hands to say goodbye. If it wasn't for the war, they would have a drink. The British soldier takes it to the rear medical center. The military doctor takes a look and says there's no need to occupy public resources for a horse. Then he asks the new soldier to take a ride just as it is about to end. A familiar voice attracts it. Yes, after all the twists and turns, this man met it again in a foreign country. This strange fate moves everyone present. The military doctor promises that he would do his best to treat the horse. Just a few days later, the news comes that the war is over. Finally, Albert comes back to his hometown with Joey. From then on, a tortuous and touching story comes to an end, and a wonderful new life begins.